I was so tired last night. I mean, got back during the afternoon and I took a shower, drank my Coca-Cola, and I just fell asleep. I didn't have any, I don't know, it was just such a hot day and my body was aching from the walk. Not too bad, but I just slept like a baby. I think the combination of, everything that we talked about yesterday made me kind of have probably the best sleep I've had in a while. And then this morning, I woke up and looked into Sahaja Yoga. And I saw a couple of videos, and none of them were telling me what it was. They kept just saying Sahaja means easy. It's easy. What is it? And then eventually I found the guru who does the yoga, and she explained what it was about and what it was for. And then I saw some techniques. This is around like 4 in the morning. It's about 10:30 now. And yeah, I did some of the techniques and it was really, I don't know, it was a very, like the obvious next step. So now, for like the first time in 5 weeks, I think. I mean, since the last time we were here, at least I managed to clean up the kitchen. Now I think I'll actually do some proper laundry. So, and then maybe go outside to the magic forest, the enchanted forest again. And then I'll probably, yeah, I feel less like constrained to some kind of schedule or something, or a plan of how any of this is supposed to go. So, yeah, I'm gonna do some laundry and kind of like when I was doing the yoga thing, it was guiding me towards like seeing life and every moment as an investigation into why you think what you think and why you hear what you hear in your thoughts. Because, I love music, obviously. If you click on in the description box, you'll see my playlist of my own original music. And one of my favorite artists is KRS-One. And there's this video of him on YouTube where he's asking he's asking people, what is that voice in your mind? So he tells everyone to think of a song, and then people start nodding their heads to the beat of the song, but the song is in their thoughts. And then he says, where's that sound coming from? Because you can hear music in your mind, in your thoughts. You can hear your voice in your thoughts. So where's that sound coming from? And I think that not fake news says not lame. So I think when you hear that voice in your mind, even though no one else can hear it, I think it's good to investigate where that sound is coming from, or that voice, and what does it want? What is it teaching you? What is it telling you? I think we are going to explore that today, because through yoga, it just helps you kind of let go of the logical thinking process and makes you think through action. Because that's when we hear the voice the most, when we are doing something, not just, talking. because that voice helps us get through traffic. It helps us get through boring classes. It helps us get through, bad dates. So it tells you, funny things when you're sitting on the train. It helps you notice strange things around you, or it could just be amusement. So yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to say like my whole depression thing is cured. Not really depression, but you know what I mean, like just feeling kind of out of place. Kind of like those crew members, in the Philadelphia experiment when they used Nikola Tesla's technology to take a ship. Well, they were trying to make the ship undetectable to radar. And somehow they were able to cloak the ship, but then it disappeared from 1943 and ended up in the year 1983 from Philadelphia to New York, Montauk Point. And then it went back to 1943, but the problem was all the crew members of the ship were fused to the ship's hull. Why? Because they did not have a grounding device to make sure that all of their individual particles would reassemble together in one cohesive blueprint of a human being. So when the ship was traveling between dimensions, when it reorganized itself into matter again, the people's like body parts were fused to the parts of the ship, like everywhere. You had people's heads sticking out, and it was very weird. Well, I'm talking as if I was there. It feels like I was. And so I feel like this is a grounding technique, what we're doing, so that we don't get lost in the hull of Earth and get fused to this planet and not able to escape like everybody else. So I'm not saying that this is Sahaja Yoga at all. I mean, I just found out about it yesterday. But I will say that it's definitely given me some food for thought. And yeah, I mean, just it's gonna be one of those streams, if you have time, stick around. It's gonna be an investigation into contemplation. And I'm going to start by doing laundry. So let's go. I did drink my Coca-Cola, by the way, so that was fun. But I think today I'm going to have some iced tea. Iced tea seems a lot more up my alley. Now, I'm not one to change a laundry load based on color. So yeah, I put the blacks in with the reds and the whites. You know why? Because Martin Luther had a dream. And the dream was that all of us would come together and be as one, the blacks and the whites. So why don't we mix in the wash? Practice what we preach, you know? Everyone always knows the right things to say. But when it comes to actually walking the talk, it's not as easy, is it? I mean, it's easy for me, I think. Woo! I just found a bug in my basket. So it's dead. So I'm not a fan. I hate looking at it even. My gosh. Ugh. 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 This was not in the Sahaja Yoga manual, okay? It was in my sweater. It's a cockroach. It was mingled in with my clothes. Can you guys see that? It just popped out. It's nasty. It is hot, okay, over here. So, you know, we have a lot of roaches and sometimes they crawl into your clothes and in the laundry basket, and apparently they get I need something to calm my nerves after that, sorry. After yesterday's walk, I was telling you guys how romantic it was, so I happened to get a bit of white wine, and I'm gonna have some now, because I'm shaking. At the moment. Oh boy. That's not good. I don't know why, but for some reason... Oh, I also had some amazing pasta. I like to cook with my wine, okay? I didn't drink the whole thing. I made some... my famous drunken pasta, which I did not finish. So I might have that for lunch. Amazing recipe. Put in like a lot of wine, a lot of garlic, a lot of onions, and a little bit of tomatoes. Okay. I don't like bugs. Mr. Rahul says XX. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Kiss, kiss, kiss too. Okay. That was not what I expected. Okay. I thought yoga was supposed to make you calm. Okay? Now I don't know what other surprises are going to come out. Always check the pockets. Yeah, so I put the blacks in with the blacks and whites because we all have to work together, don't we? I hate when the collar is like, oops, full of sweat stains. Because it just adds extra work. Even the blues go in. Now I'm scared of what's going to come out next. You know, when some people have issues, they want to go back to their childhoods to figure it out, like, what went wrong when I was a baby that now I have all of these issues? And I don't believe in that, because it's like, why do you want to shake out your past to try and figure out your present? Because you don't know what's going to come popping out of there. Because some things don't need to be remembered. You don't have to remember everything. Well, unfortunately, sometimes the colors do bleed. And then what used to be blue ends up orange, yellow, and blue. But then at that stage, you just, move on. And I use cold water, so it shouldn't really be a problem. Okay, geez, I was really depressed. It's already full and I'm not even... Just get it all in there. It's not going to fit the pants, so I'll do those after. That was too much. Baby steps. Everything will be fine. Okay. can do this. Look, you should have seen the kitchen last time. It was a complete mess, but that took me like a week, and I just did it little by little, and now it's pretty. Can you guys hear that? Okay. Every sound is making me jump. So yeah, I can hardly concentrate. I'm a wimp. So when my ex-girlfriend told everyone that I beat people up, everyone who knows me was like, because I sent everyone the letter, they were like, what? And the way she said it to me, I dated this woman for like a year and a half, first online and then in real life. And then she's like, you have been terminated. I was like, what? And she didn't even send it to me. She sent it to the embassy lady because remember, I never wanted to hear from her or talk to her again after I got back. But, you know, like, it felt like she was trying to, it felt like a threat, you know, you have been terminated, I'll terminate you. And so, yeah, everybody thought it was ridiculous because I'm a wimp. And proudly so, because violence is like so 18th century. Okay, let's get some washing powder and fabric softener and try and calm down. In the meanwhile, oh boy, now there's bugs in the... It's bug patrol day. You trust me, you don't want to know. You don't want to know. The good thing about being like depressed is you don't have to deal with anything, you just leave it. And then when you actually do have to deal with it, that's when it gets worse and hard. Well, it's not exactly. You know what I mean. Okay, let's sweep up first, because did you guys know that if you don't wash your clothes, the sweat turns into flakes and it like dusts all over the place? I didn't know that. I guess it's like all the dead skin cells. I'm gonna need some iced tea because my nerves are still shot. So let's get this done. Can make some iced tea. Okay. Come on. I know you guys want to see everything. So there is like 5 months of blood, sweat, and tears, of depression, of, oh God. Why is no one telling me to cover my drink? Sorry for taking the Lord's name in vain. Okay. Say goodbye to all of that. I guess anxiety that I've been holding on to. It's gone. Everyone has seen it. We've brought it up into the conscious mind, like they teach us in first year of teaching school. CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. Okay. The wine's kicking in. Cognitive behavioral therapy is really, really effective because it helps you integrate the shadow side into your mind, into your consciousness, so you actually know why you do what you do. You actually know why that inner voice says what it says and where it's coming from and stuff like that. And yesterday when we were talking to Drew Hurst, it was that connection that he brought up about, he called it realization. He called it having a realization. He said it better than that, but I went and looked up that Sahaja Yoga thing, and that also talks about that realization thing. One, two, three, off seal shield. I know, I have OCD. Sometimes I have to flick the lights on and off 3 times so that the world's oceans don't dry up. So I had to do that 1, 2, 3 thing so that all the bad energy from the fruit fly doesn't come into my mind. Baby steps, okay? It is so hot. It is hot in here. Who sings that song again? Nelly. Now, why is Nelly coming into my mind? What does Nelly have to do with all this? I don't want to open the door because then the flies will come in, and you know me and bugs by now. Not a fan. This is gonna need 2 scoops. It's also gonna need some bleach. So don't worry, it's only oxygen bleach, it doesn't change the color. And technically, you're supposed to soak it for a day before, but still works anyway. And softener. Oopsie daisy. Let's do a 1-hour cycle at 60 degrees, maybe 30 would be best. Let's do 60. Okay. Wipe up all of this mess. Oh my gosh, what the hell? Fabric softener everywhere. Except where it needs to be. See, this is why I need a girlfriend. I need someone to do all of the boring stuff like this. But since I'm never falling in love again, I have to learn. I'll not learn, just do it again. On my own. Is this what feminism has done for us? A man doing laundry. Terrible. Terrible. I did not expect that to be so eventful. I want to taste what the pasta tastes like overnight now. So you guys, have you ever had to get through something that was traumatic for you but nobody else gave a damn? How'd you do it? Do you think that people actually care about your problems, or it's kind of like taking up space in their lives because they have their own problems? Because I tend to think it's hard to relate to someone's problems because you're not in their mind. You're not that voice. And maybe that's why that inner voice is so important to us. Because every time, you watch those ID documentaries or those, I don't know, emergency 911 show type thingies, they always have this part, this scene, where they talk about how they had a feeling about something, that they just had some kind of voice telling them they were in danger. Like, who is that voice? And is it the same voice that KRS-One was talking about in that example? Or are there many voices inside of us? These meatballs are yummy. Well, they're not really meatballs, they're vegan. This whole thing is vegan actually, except for I used plain yogurt. It just makes the sauce creamier. But yeah, this is yum. The voice. Do you think it's one voice or is it many voices? Or maybe there's just different voices or different aspects of the same voice. Like, there's a voice for love, there's a voice for career, there's a voice for family, there's a voice for your soul. Or maybe it's just one voice and it has its own personality, And maybe if we talk to that voice, it's like talking to any other person. It'll reveal itself and what it, is like. Like we have personalities. I wonder what my personality, I wonder what my inner voice's personality would be. Definitely an alien. But what kind of an alien? The type that wants to destroy the world or the type that wants to save it? I think the latter. I would never destroy the world. Yeah, I think I'll save some of this for later. It's so good. Also use butter. It just makes everything smoother. Spicy. Spicy drunken pasta. I'm gonna need. You know I have to have a Coke. I'm gonna finish this off, and we're gonna need to get started on the iced tea, and then we're gonna go out on a little picnic, I guess. Well, more like a yoga picnic thingy. We're gonna go to the enchanted forest again. Not going to the beach today. Probably on the weekend to swim. It all comes back around. There's just something about a cold fizzy Coke right after eating something spicy. The carbonation does something to your tongue that just makes me want to faint. In a good way. Alright, so let's have some mango. Oh gosh. Okay, let's make the iced tea. Have some mango. Then we'll go. See, like that. What I just did. Like, who did that? Because I wanted to go do the mango. But then that inner voice came in and said, no, no, no. This is the schedule. Where does that come from? And also, my inner voice just showed its personality. It's very it's very schedule oriented. It likes a schedule. It likes to know what's coming up. I noticed. I don't just, and but then that's me, because I like a schedule. I don't like randomness in real life. I know I sing about wanting to fall in love and having it be random and stuff, but I don't. I mean, I think I wrote that song to kind of take a dig at my ex because she was into like tarot cards and magic rubbish and all of that nonsense. And manifesting like, you know, vision boards and so I think I wrote that song to take a dig at her. And obviously I talk about, you know, like men with lots of money, because I'm taking a dig at the big boss who is a billionaire. So yeah, I in real life I'm not into randomness though. I feel like that was kind of a Taylor Swifty thing to do. But you know, I gave up on releasing the Psycho song because I didn't want to carry around all that negative energy. So I still had to like get revenge somehow. But I didn't want to make it revenge. So when she hears that song from jail, she'll know. Oh yeah, one of my favorite films. What was it? Where they knock on someone's door and they open the door and the guy opens the door and this girl punches the guy and says, and the guy's like, what did you do? And he's like, you know, you know what you did. If anyone remembers that movie, please let me know. But that's what I That's my speed. So whenever she listens to the song in prison in cell block H, while Bertha, some 60-pound lesbian stud, is making her wash her clothes, she'll know what she did. And then I'm singing about her. But yeah, I like a routine. So maybe that inner voice is the part of you that moves on to the next dimension when we pass on. Maybe it's not a separate voice. Maybe it's just part of our body, which is part of our psyche, which is our thoughts. I don't know. Anyway, I like a good schedule. And I think that's why I liked dating online on apps, because you can see everything people write. You don't have to waste time getting to know someone, because they can lie, but then again, they can lie based on what they write. So I guess that was kind of naive on my part for thinking that no one's gonna lie through the written word, because it's easy to disprove, especially on public dating sites. Like, why would you lie? Because then I could go on right now. Well, she's in jail, but I could go on right now and show you her profile and then tell everyone that's a liar. So I don't know, psychos don't think the same as normal human beings, and that's kind of why you can't treat them the same as normal human beings. So I think it's best to just delete the whole thing, not just from, you know, my phone, which I did, but from life. And I think it's, for me, what the voice, let's call it the voice. What the inner voice told me is, you know what, just make yourself look ugly by internet standards. Don't shave, don't comb your hair. And then no one's going to like you. And then you don't have to ever get trapped in a relationship again. And then it kind of gives me the power or the upper hand, because I can make myself hot anytime, but I don't want to. So it's kind of like I get to watch from the background, and I get to eat as much as I want. And I get to watch people from the background, because it's interesting to watch people when they think you're not watching, because they can't see you, or when they can't see you because they have deleted you out of their dating pool, their potential dating pool. Then you get to really see their personalities. And it's not like a manipulative thing, because I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting out here being myself. But then I get to see, like, oh, so this is how relationships work. Like, it's a kind of currency. You have to bring something, they have to bring something. But the sad part is, it always seems superficial. And that's why when I found her, I thought it was real. Because who would lie that deeply about love? I could never fake liking someone, because every time you kiss them, that's like, you know, that's evil. If you're kissing someone out of a lie, like a fake kiss, that is diabolical. That is insane. I mean, every single movie ends with a kiss, because that's like the purest, or even fairy tale. Like, how do you save the princess? True love's first kiss. And I do believe in true love. I just think it only exists in the movies, not in real life. Because obviously, real life doesn't have any cuts. or fades to black. No cool camera angles, no awesome lighting, and hardly any good lines. Just people blurting stuff out based on the voice. Or based on their fears of the voice. I don't know. I don't know what that yoga thing did to me, Drew. But apparently it unlocked a lot more of my thinking and conscious thought patterns. Okay, let's make some tea. Come along and see if I have battery. Okay, we're on about 50%, so I'll leave you here for now. Can we see? Can you see me? Other way. Papa, can you hear me? I'm mental for yental. Okay, so if you're new, everybody knows I love sugar, so don't freak out. Papa, can you hear me? What is going on today? Jeez. The filter is in the thing now. I'm about to boil the filter. Papa, can you hear me? Go into this thingy. I don't know how this thing goes in. I don't have the patience. What is happening today? Like all my... I think it's fine. I'll survive. Oh crap. I left this in the freezer and now it's frozen. So, how come our inner voice doesn't remind us of stuff? How come we forget and we have this voice inside of us? It's with us all the time. Why doesn't it ever tell us, hey, Your water's in the freezer and you're gonna have to wait. I guess we're taking this on the picnic. Hey. I'm gonna put another one in because there's nothing like fizzy iced tea. Because if you don't like, well, I guess if you drink a lot of sugar, a lot of soda, and you want to cut down, I think I'm flirting with the idea a little bit. Just get some fizzy water and make your favorite cold drink. Mine is iced tea. And then just slowly decrease the sugar content until, I mean, I'm not going to say until there's no sugar, but until there's not as much sugar, like a teaspoon. But then you still get the fizziness of a Coca-Cola. I mean, it's not the same, but you know, baby steps. I think this is like, I don't know, 50 mils, half, a quarter cup, one, two, three, a fifth of a cup. So you're gonna wanna like a fifth of a cup of sugar. Make it two. You know, one for me, one for my inner voice. And then I definitely like to add an orange. Normally it helps when it doesn't fall down. I've already washed these, so just slice in your orange. Isn't that gorgeous? That juicy, sacral chakra boosting orange. I think I just want the juice, so I'm gonna squeeze it. Ooh. Look at all that juice. Not bad for like a fifth of an orange. Whew. Vitamin C. I also like to add some herbs. It just makes it taste better somehow. This has oregano, marjoram, sage, oregano, basil, thyme. That is oregano, I guess oregano. Then all the oils come out and it just makes you feel better as well as being tasty. And you gotta have some tea, obviously. 1, 2. I don't know why, but 2 tea bags always work. If you add 3, it makes it worse. I don't know why, it's just, it has to be 2. Let's mix it in. I feel like a witch. How now, my wondrous potion. Can we get that on stream? Just need to add Eye of Newt, and then the magic potion will be complete. Okay. So yeah, why doesn't our inner voice remind us of stuff? What if it's not always there with us? And what if it only like tunes in when we need it? That would be wild. What if we all are listening to the same inner voice and it just like comes into us and goes out, travels around the globe as needed? Kind of like Santa Claus, you know? Okay, now obviously iced tea works well when you leave it overnight, but we don't really have overnight, so I like to cover it so that it kind of just like speeds up the process. But I still want it to cool. You want it to cool, and maybe in an hour or something it'll be fine. So yeah, it's like 1:45 to 12. Maybe at around 2 it'll be fine. But now let's wash up so we don't have any more incidents like we did earlier. We don't want any more nasty surprises. Well, I mean, it was dead, so it wasn't that nasty. And we've still got about an hour on the machine, so let's And another thing, where does the voice go when you feel sad or like depressed? Or I hate using the word depressed because I mean, I don't think I was really depressed. Anxious, yes. Panicky, sure, definitely for the first 3 months, but not like depressed. But definitely escapist. I think that's what it was. That's why I couldn't like clean up anything, and everything was like a real life episode of the Lifetime channel or something, or TLC Hoarders. OMG TLC. Because I wasn't really here. I wasn't in this dimension. I was somewhere else. So, of course, I couldn't do laundry for 5 months. Of course, I couldn't clean up the house for just as long. Like, why bother throwing anything away? Or changing? Or even taking a shower? Because why? What's it for? I don't want to be pretty for anyone. And I didn't want to do it for myself either because I wasn't here. I was gone. In my mind. And I think that's easier than depression because depression, I think, is when you feel stuck and hopeless. Like you have nothing left to look forward to. But I didn't feel that way. I just felt like I was in another dimension where everything was fine and I wasn't hurt. I wasn't constantly having heart palpitations every time I would hear a car drive past. I didn't have to wake up at 3 in the morning to go look outside the windows. And I say wake up loosely because I was sleeping so, it was so shallow, my sleep, that I, even like, I don't know, I would wake myself up just by turning over in the bed because I could hear the bed springs creaking. That's how light my sleep was. So I guess it wasn't full on depression, but it also wasn't I guess I didn't want to be in this 3D reality, but I wanted to keep my 3D body. And thankfully, there's something called the dream state, and I moved to that state. Now, I know in America they have 50 states. In South Africa, we have 9. And I've been to every single state in South Africa, and none of them is as good as the dream state. Because everything you want is in the dream state, and it's immediate, like lucid dreaming. And maybe all of the people that you see in your lucid dreams, maybe they're all that voice, but like split up into different dream bodies. I don't know. But it was good. But I guess I'm back, or at least trying to be back on Earth. Because apparently Earth is for the living. And I'm still living. Paper. Wash dishes. Step 2. Cleanliness is next to godliness. So, let's get it together. Get it together, 'cause the beat goes on. You know when people say, well, this is what the voice just told me while I was washing the dishes. You know when we were in school, so I'm saying that so it's not like, it's not me saying it, it's the voice. Do you know when we were in school and they used to tell us, oh, by the year 2025, the sun will be gone and there'll be no more water coming out of the taps and all the animals will be extinct. And we were like, oh no. Like, how sick is that to tell children, hey, Nate's like, what's happening? A lot's happening, Nate. Stick around. You'll find out. But why would you scare children like that? I mean, the water is flowing out of the taps as if it's flowing out of a river. The sun is still shining. In fact, the sky is blue today. The grass is green. What are they talking about? And why would they scare us like that after telling us such sweet things about Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and if you work hard, you can achieve it. Believe in your dreams. And then they conveniently left out the part where you have to kind of go to secret meetings and get oiled up in baby oil and have a meeting in a hotel room with Harvey Weinstein or something. They never told us that part. And then when we grew up, reality seemed weird. Like, wait a minute, I went to school, I played by the rules, I didn't go hang out on the streets, I didn't go gangbang anyone. But now you're telling me that I can't have the job because I didn't want to go have a meeting in the hotel room with the Department of Education inspector who researches or finds people for new teaching positions in the department. Okay. I mean, I remember going to apply for another position. I won't say which, because then you'll know who got it and then what they had to do to get it. But the first thing they asked me, I mean, I did the interview, everything. This is before I even left. That's why I left the country. But anyway, I went to do the interview and they told, well, the first thing the inspector asked me was, okay, so what's your name? Meaning, what's your last name? Like, who's your family? Are you connected, in other words? Because you can only succeed if you're connected, I was told. And obviously, I'm just a nobody, so I did the interview, passed, but it was pretty much made clear to me that I wasn't going to get it. And then the person who did get it is kind of known for something that we kind of call, my friends and I, and locally, in the area, we call it counting stars. So if I say, oh, she got a job by counting stars, it means they got a job by lying on their back and receiving. Because they're busy, yeah, because I can't imagine how horrible that must be, like I said, I can't fake being in love, so I definitely can't fake something like that. And I mean, what is that like, when you're intimate with someone for a job and you don't like them? Obviously, you can't look at them, so you have to look at the sky. And then what do? Do you just think of like the money that you're gonna get while they are doing you? Do you think of the cars, the medical aid? In our country, if you're a teacher, you get a housing subsidy, so you can actually pay off your bond, your mortgage. They have really good benefits. Like if you get a government job in South Africa, you're fine. But it's not worth it, in my opinion. But yeah, like if you don't have a connection, you're pretty much done. And so I was screwed, and that's why I left. But nobody tells us this in school, because if somebody told me this, I would have partied so much. I wouldn't have given two freaks about studying so hard, because what's the point? You know? I didn't go to a nightclub until I was like 25. Isn't that sad? Because I was always thinking, well, what if someone sees me and then they see me at school, like as a student teacher, and then they're going to be like, because if you're a teacher, you have to have a certain image. There are certain jobs that you just have to have a certain image. You cannot, like doctors, lawyers, teachers, you cannot be on Instagram with your top off doing fitness videos, which are basically softcore porn. You can't be out at night in the clubs. You can't be, unserious, silly. And I sacrificed all of that just so I could teach. And then to find out that it's not about how good you are, it's not about how much the students love you. Hey, Erhan Tavis, love you too, baby. It's not about any of that. It's about who you know and what they can do for you. So where was that inner voice back then? But I guess I did always think it was crap. It was all a lie. I always had this sense that adults were lying to me about something. I just didn't know what. But I didn't think it would be this. And I don't know if I'm ever going to have kids, but if I do, I'm just going to tell them to relax. I'll be like, do whatever you want. As long as you study. You have to study. I'm still into education. I'll literally just say, as long as you get like an A to A plus, that's my house standard. That was my standard in my house. I had to get an A or A plus. I had to get at least 80%, then it was fine. But the thing is, I never wanted to do anything else because I wanted to protect my public reputation. But I'm going to tell my kids, as long as they get 80 up percent, they can play video games. They can sleep at midnight. They can manage their own time. And obviously no cheating. So we'll have to sort that out. But yeah, why didn't people tell us that life was going to be like this? Like, why lie? I would have made so many more contingency plans. First of all, if I knew that love was fake, I wouldn't have moved halfway across the world with all of my stuff in the name of love. How dumb. But no, the prince always falls in love with the princess. Like, what's the point? Okay, that was a bit of a downer. Let's have some mangoes. See, that's that voice. It doesn't want me in the... Or is it me blocking the subconscious from coming up? I don't know. Am I being avoidant? I don't think so. I don't think so. Have you guys Have you guys seen Stepford Wives? When Glenn Close does the exercises for the housewives, and she's like, she's teaching women how to be women. My ex should have gone to Stepford. We should have gone to Stepford together. No, but Glenn Close is teaching all the women how to be good housewives, and her exercises are based on the washing machine. So this is in spin cycle now, and I just remember her going, okay, it's like an aerobics song. She's like, okay, ladies, spin cycle. Oh, Glenn Close, what a chap. Cruella Deville, she's good. She's funny. That's my aerobics for the day. Okay, so mango. Always wash your fruits, guys. I feel like I'm in Jurassic Park and I just found that dinosaur egg. That the old man found. Or was it that other guy? Who's that guy in Jurassic Park who's like, I'm trying to think of his mannerisms. Mega Atlas 100. Hi. He says, why is the cover of this video a cyborg version of yourself? I think it's like this. You know how there's certain expectations that you have to be as a human being? And I guess it's kind of like what we were talking about now, like how people tell kids that the world is going to end, that the water's going to dry up, that the sun's going to disappear. When I was at school, they said that there would be no water by now. By 2020, the world was supposed to have ended. But everything's still fine, if not better. I mean, we have Wi-Fi now. We have a lot of things that we didn't have back then. And so I feel like we are robots because no one questions anything. They just like believe it and make decisions, life-altering decisions, based on what other people tell them. And I'm showing that I've taken off my skin to show you that I am aware, that I am controlled, that I'm a robot, that even the stream has to be vertical because YouTube likes vertical streams. I might not like that, but I'm going to do it because that's what they want. So I'm acknowledging that I am robotic. But by acknowledging that I'm a robot, am I still a robot? Am I still a machine, or am I now the ghost in the machine? And maybe if you guys, stick around and work through it with me, we can discover it together, and maybe you'll start looking at things differently and realize where you are a robot. Because, falling in love, there are certain things that a man has to do. But who says we have to do those things? And I realized in my situation that some of those things are the very reason why I almost got killed. Because I was fulfilling all of the things that men are supposed to do in a relationship. Like always believing that a woman is pure and honest and innocent, which is a lie. And I almost got, as my dad would say, melted into an acid bath, never to be seen or heard from again. So, yeah. Maybe when we all realize that we are cyborgs, we can get out of cyborgia and go into, I don't know, someplace else. What do you think, Meg Atlas? But yeah, and while you're at it, maybe you can help me, Meg. Who's that guy in I'll read that just now. I just want to find out who's that guy in Jurassic Park. He was the coach, also not the coach, the tall guy, and he talks like, I can't act him out because he's too weird. In a good way, he's funny. He's like oh, we have to go. Isn't that awesome? You are, like he talks very theatrically, that guy. It reminds me of that guy. See, that was the inner voice again. See, I like dancing to robot music too. Mega Atlas says, I'm gonna call you Mega. I had a strange dream minutes ago, and somehow I was being dragged down the abyss. It turned out that the entity taking me down the abyss turned out to be a cyborg version of myself. Okay, so we have connected. We have made a connection. So things like that, like what if that's the inner voice that I'm talking about? Like I literally said it an hour ago. What if that voice is not actually coming from one individual person? What if that voice is a generalized voice that everybody can connect to? What if it's like the mainframe, and we're all connected to the mainframe, and the voice just like organizes us into different positions and places in the world at the right time? Do you know what I mean? Whoa. Okay, now you making me like have an existential crisis. You mean like the algorithm? Yes, like the algorithm, but the algorithm of the universe, of all creation, maybe. And it's beyond physicality. So you were sleeping and it still got to you because it's beyond consciousness. When we did first year psych for teaching, we learned that when you hook up your brain to an EEG machine and you measure the brain waves, there's absolutely no difference in your brain activity between being awake and being asleep. If you just had to look at brainwave activity, you wouldn't be able to tell if the person connected to the EEG was asleep or awake. So sleep is not something that can change your brain's activity. Your brain activity is independent of sleep. So maybe you're not even sleeping. And that's why you were able to connect to us. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let me let me take that in. Let me absorb that. Let me absorb. I know, because this is like, I mean, even in yesterday's stream, it was like wild. Like, there's always some alien stuff happening here. I need to lay down. I need some mango. And when you say the abyss, what do you mean? Like you went, or was the voice waking you up so you could come to the stream? Or how did you find, like what happened? Just distracting myself so I don't freak out. And I still have this thing where whenever a car drives past, I'm like, are they coming to kill me? I need to get over that. Meg says, the abyss is the dark hole, alright. I just saw the beginning of this video of you doing your laundry. Then I went, took a nap. Then I somehow saw your video cover and it made me question something. What happened? And so was this in before the nap? Or did you actually dream of the cover, like, in the dream, if that makes sense? And what did it make you question? Whenever I get anxious, I like to just distract myself with activity so I can function. This would be an example. Because, you know, sometimes I feel like I'm opening portals and I don't know if I'm allowed to open portals. But I mean, after yesterday's live stream, I feel like I kind of am allowed to open portals. That I don't open them by myself, that we kind of open them together. Now, for what purpose? Let's find out. So Mega says, I guess that's what I saw, and somehow I didn't pay attention to the cover of the video, and somehow I dreamt about myself dragging myself down the abyss, and somehow I just paid attention to the cover after my dream. Well, what do you think it means? Because it sounds like it's two versions of yourself, or maybe your main self and your voice, and then that voice. Yeah. Meg says yes. So it's like, Well, maybe that's why. Because, I mean, I thought about it too. I was like, well, the main cover is basically inspired also by Google Willow, the new quantum computer that can process everything. And, you know, like, what if this quantum computer chip is communicating to us from the future? And like Mega says, two versions of myself, all right. And he continues to say, there is a higher self of my current self that is playing me like a video game character. Okay, so I see what you mean. You're saying that the voice is actually the one in control. And then us living here, we are just like, it's kind of puppets or agents, rather. Because I don't think it's bad. I just think it could be more efficient sometimes. So it kind of gives me like a government bureaucracy vibe where we're just like members of some kind of intergalactic government, governmental department. And yeah, we have to deal with bureaucracy just like the impossible mission firm. What are they called? IMF. Dark says, hi, Dark Slayer. Good, you better slay that darkness. Like Buffy. Don't fall in love with Angel, the vampire, Dark Slayer. Mega Atlas says, we are Sims characters. Dark Slayer says, I'm a cookie god's friend. At least a cookie god, not the cookie monster. Mega says IMF International Monetary Fund. Well, you know, Mission Impossible, the impossible mission, you know, like Tom Cruise in the movie. What is that department they work for? The Impossible Mission Foundation or something? I don't know, but his department. And then that lady's always like, if you mess up, we're gonna pretend like we don't know you. That lady. Who's that lady again? The Tina Turner lady. Like, if you mess up, except for us in the intergalactic Federation of Worlds, they don't leave us behind. They don't disavow us if we mess up. When you live in a humid country, you always have to like wrap up every single food waste item you have, or else you'll be inundated with flies, maggots, roaches. Seriously, like living in the swamps, in the bayou. Okay, I'm trying to remember the name and I can't. Impossible Mission Faction? Anyway, I was going to get some paper and I found this ridiculous story. So at least, you know, it made me feel a little bit better because my situation wasn't that bad. But it goes back to the whole thing about women, you know, like everyone tells you that you're supposed to like, you know, they can basically do anything. And then I see this in the paper. PMB woman who shot ex-lover with AK-47 in custody. These women are unhinged. Okay? It's absolutely ridiculous. And I'm shocked it's on the front page. I mean, it's a little square. That should have been on the front page. Because when a man does it, it's on the front page. And then little boys who are innocent grow up like afraid of themselves, that they are violent or something. It has to be equal. If you want equality, make it equal. So let's go to page 3. Let's have a bit of a read on this story. Let me put this in the freezer first. Because I have so many questions. Like, first of all, where does the AK-47 come from? How do you hide an AK-47? This was an article written by Zimbili Vilakazi. So all credit goes to her, and it's from the Sunday, February 2nd edition of the Sunday Tribune. Okay, Zimbili Vilakazi says, the woman accused of shooting the father of her child with an AK-47 rifle will spend the next few days in the holding cells at Westville Prison. Maybe she'll run into my ex. Her violent actions were captured in video that was widely circulated. She is on video. Oh my gosh. Her violent actions were captured in video that was widely circulated and trended on social media this week. The Pietermaritzburg woman, PMB stands for Pietermaritzburg. It's about an hour away from here. The Pietermaritzburg woman who appeared in the video kicking and hitting a man who was lying on the side of the road was arrested on Tuesday and appeared in the Pietermaritzburg Magistrate Court on Thursday. Nokulunga Mthethwa, who is believed to be a lifeguard. Okay, you cannot make this up. What? Nokulunga Mthethwa, who is believed to be a lifeguard. Okay, you cannot make it up. By profession, was charged with that's a beautiful sentence. Zimbili Vilakazi, the author of this article. Listen to this sentence. This is journalism. This is real journalism. Nokulunga Mthethwa, who is believed to be a lifeguard by profession, was charged with attempted murder. I mean, I would watch that movie. That is the best sentence you could write to hook me into a movie. A lifeguard who goes around skeeting and donering her people's lives. Anyway, the incident happened on Monday at Azalea in Pietermaritzburg. According to a source, the woman met her former boyfriend, and during a discussion, they had a misunderstanding. In a tirade, she is alleged to have driven to her current boyfriend's home. Okay, so she met her former boyfriend, had a misunderstanding, then drove to her current boyfriend's home, which is about 11 kilometers away, and allegedly retrieved the assault rifle. Okay, so she got it there. And allegedly retrieved the assault rifle from its safe and returned to Azalea. Yeah, girls, gotta stay away from the bad boys. It is believed her current boyfriend works for a security company. This story is just getting worse and worse. She's a lifeguard, he's a security guard, and they're out here shooting. Upon her return to her ex, she found the former boyfriend walking with his current girlfriend. Okay, we need to make this into a movie, guys. TLC, Lifetime, get on this. Okay, so she goes back, finds her ex-boyfriend with his current girlfriend, and after a verbal exchange, she allegedly shot him several times. In the video that went viral, the woman is heard shouting that the man left their child when the in the video that went viral, the woman is heard shouting that the man left their child when the baby was only 4 months old. She is seen looming over and circling him, kicking him while he's screaming and hitting him with the butt of the assault rifle. She not pistol whipped him, but during the assault, the woman is heard swearing at the bleeding man who's holding his abdomen and coiled in a fetal position. He sometimes tries to cover his leg, or he at some time tried to cover his leg. Later on in the video, a man with dreadlocks is seen trying to intervene from a distance, and the woman approaches him, shouting and letting rip of expletives. And the woman approaches him, shouting and letting rip of expletives. So she's swearing at the guy who's trying to help. So this is like a demonic possession, because normally a person would stop, but she keeps going. This is not good. She also tells the man that she doesn't know. I mean, by the way, my city and province, my state, has the highest degree or level of like magic. Ghosts, hauntings. You literally just like walk outside and you will see a ghost. That's why I say in my song, I don't go out at night. In Make a Move, yeah. Because I like I said, I tried it when I was 25, and no. You will meet something. You will meet a creature. Do not attempt it. I have so many friends who go out late at night, and they each and every single one of them has an experience from seeing. We'll get into that in another day. But she also tells the man who's trying to help that she doesn't even know who he is for him wanting to intervene. Oh, so she's like, mind your business to the man trying to help. Like, who are you? I'm actually afraid to go look for this video because I don't want to see that. But in the video clip, the woman is heard screaming. This is what she said in the video, apparently. You treat me with disdain. You left the baby at 4 months, yet here you are trying to humiliate me, I guess with this new girlfriend. The woman is also heard saying that the man keeps accusing her of not wanting him to see the child, yet he's the one who left the baby at 4 months old and has not maintained the child. Oh, okay, I thought that he actually left the baby in the house or something, but she's basically saying that he abandoned them. But she's got a new boyfriend, so why is that an issue? I mean, he's giving her AK-47s. Doesn't he have like money for diapers and what's that stuff that babies eat? I don't know, but that soft food. The woman is also heard saying that the man keeps accusing her of not wanting him to see the child, yet he's the one who left the baby at 4 months old and has not maintained the child, okay? Maintain your kids, though. That's important. The injured former boyfriend is still receiving treatment in hospital. Thank goodness he's alive. I was waiting for some sign of life, Meg says Gerber, yes. I think that's the American food. In South Africa, it's called something else, but there's a Gerber baby on it, but it's like a different brand. I'm trying to think. I think it starts with a P. But it's exactly the same, like little container with the blue lid and stuff. Purity. In South Africa, it's called Purity. Yet he's the one. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so he's still alive and he's, healing. According to a source who knows the woman well, she is fascinated with guns and at some point last year took a gun to work and fired a shot. What? Her colleagues were not happy with her actions. Of course they weren't happy with. She's a lifeguard. She's firing guns into the ocean. They laid a complaint about not feeling safe at the workplace. However, their supervisor didn't take any action. You see what I said about people who count stars? Do you get me now? Do you get me? Why didn't the supervisor have a problem with a woman, okay, scratch that, an employee coming to work as a lifeguard, firing off a gun, scaring the colleagues who complained to HR, which is like the fact that they had to even go and complain. I mean, it's pretty obvious. And then the supervisor does nothing. How did she get that job? Do you see what I'm saying? I couldn't go and do that. No one's inviting me to go and count stars for a promotion. And even if I did get a job like that, I'm not going to go and do whatever I want. I mean, that's the thing I don't understand about this planet. Why did nobody warn me? Why didn't that inner voice tell me, stop studying, stop wasting your time trying to be an English teacher? Because no one cares. No one wants to learn. People apparently just want to go firing off guns at work while sleeping with the boss. So apparently she's going to return to court on Thursday for a bail hearing. The Firearms and Control Act of 2000 prohibits ownership and possession of an AK-47 in its fully automatic rifle version. So you aren't even allowed to have those guns in the country. However, special permits for professional use are an exception. Well, I guess that's for the security industry. The semi-automatic version may be owned legally by individuals in certain disciplines if due processes are followed. It remains one of the most highly regulated assault rifles and is generally not available to civilians. However, the illegal gun ownership market is awash with hitmen who use it as a weapon of choice for the taxi industry-related killings and political assassinations. Armed robbers and cash-in-transit robbers also prefer the assault rifle and its knockoffs and variants. And this was an article by Zimbili Vilagazi. You know, whenever you finish reading a newspaper article, it always makes you feel worse than when you started. Because in the beginning, it was like kind of voyeuristic, trying to figure out what happened. But by the end of it, it's kind of like naff. I don't want to know that they are hitmen. I don't want to think about hitmen, especially after what I've been through. Like, please. And that's why I don't read the newspaper. I just like finding out what the specials are at the grocery store. Oh, Elon Musk, come and save us from this madness. I really need Elon right now. I do. So I hope he comes up with something good, because this is getting out of control. But I mean, it's also kind of like, as much as I'm like ragging on women and society and how they didn't like teach us stuff, think of it from a woman's point of view. So basically, we were told as guys that we are too aggressive and we have to like be super feminine and not use deep voice because it makes women scared. we have to use a nasally voice so that we can make them feel calm and safe and make a safe space for the woman. But at the same time, women were also taught to be gangsters, and they were taught to basically do whatever they want and they are not going to face consequences. And that's what happened. She fired off a gun at work and nothing happened. If I did that, welcome to Cyborgia, Mega. That's Cyborgia. Okay. And then it's even worse because when my ex lied about me, it's obviously going to be, I guess, more believable because that's the script that everyone has to follow. So even though I'm the innocent one, she can just make up whatever she wants and get away with it. Well, that's what she thought. But I mean, if it wasn't for the voice, I was going to say if I wasn't so suspicious. And yes, I do have a suspicious bone, a couple of suspicious bones in my body. That's why I was able to kind of protect myself in a way and get my insurance policy. But I'm just thinking of all the other guys who aren't as suspicious as I am. Like, that could really end up bad if a woman lies about you and you're a man. Even if it's just a lie, the fact that it's out there is finished, which is why I can't even teach anymore because, yes, it was a lie, but it's still like a bad vibe, you know? And you don't want a whole classroom of students like gossiping about how you're going to beat them up. And, you know, first I heard about it from, because I didn't communicate with her. She was talking to the embassy lady. And so the embassy lady's like, yeah, well, she says you were aggressive with the student. So I was like waiting to see what this investigative email was going to say. And I was like, well, what is she going to say? That I like beat them up with my fists or what? And then do you know what they said? They said I threw a duster, like a whiteboard eraser, like a classroom duster thing, at one of the students. And I was like, I can't even throw. I ever played catch. Like, why not come up with something believable? I know they wouldn't believe the punch, like me punching someone, so she had to do something kind of. You know, psychos are insane. I cannot deal with the psycho. I can't deal with psychos from Bizarro World. From Cyborgia. Oh, for crud's sakes. Water dripping everywhere. Water always finds me, doesn't it? Mega says Bizarro World Cyborgia. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Especially when people don't know that they are a cyborg. That's the worst, because then they justify their actions based on not even being able to realize that you are not your emotions. We are not that voice inside us. We can hear it, so we are not of it. It's coming from somewhere else. And when people identify with that voice and think it's them, then they think it gives them free rein to do whatever they want, whatever they feel like doing, because they feel justified in doing what they do. Because why? Because my heart told me. No, your cyborgia demon told you. Your malfunction told you. What if cyborgs are zombies? Exactly, Mega. They are. I'm actually going to use that article to wrap up this stuff and throw it away. That's how much I want that energy out of here. Just checking what's on the back. Oh, no. There's a good article at the back of that page. See, that's what I mean. Like, that voice told me, go get that article and wrap this up in it and throw it away. And then I turn the back of the page and there's a really important article there. So no, let's keep it. I'll tell you about that next time, but not now. So you see, Mega, I guess it's like you have to always test the voice. You have to always question the voice. And in order to question the voice, it means you have to realize it's not you. And it means you cannot just act on it. You literally have to wait. Some people just like go for it and they make rash decisions, like my ex lying about something so stupid, and or you can do what they taught us to do at Sunday school, which is turn the other cheek. In this case, turn the other page and read the back, and then don't miss out on a huge, story. So, look at her. See, like, she's pretty. She's a type. My type. We talked about that yesterday, but she's still pretty. Her name's Leah Marie. And she's in musical theater, so like perfect, right? On paper. But it's sad. I mean, I don't know her. She's probably amazing in person. But ever since what happened to me happened, as wholesome, as, happy as she seems, not even the back, at the front of my mind, I just don't trust them. Like you have those women who are like, I don't trust men. Men are just out to get you. I think I've turned into those men who don't trust women. I mean, that's a bit harsh. But if I am with a woman, I need to have cameras and a witness. An impartial eyewitness at all times. And I just don't have the storage space on my phone to film every interaction I have with the woman. So I'll just be single forever. There's water everywhere. I hate touching the paper because all the ink like transfers to your hands and stuff. Yeah, let's make these into nice bite-sized pieces. Or like sticks, little sticks. I like cold fruit, so I'm gonna put these in the freezer again, and then I'll do grapes. Not like that. Oh my gosh. What in damnation? Mother of mercy. Oh my God. Oh, ice tray fell out. I'm gonna need another glass of wine right about now. Mega says, it's all right. That's how society is nowadays. Good choice. And then the part that made me giggle, scribble bite size. Yes, that's the size. A nice scribble bite size piece of mango. Can never go wrong. Oh boy. Do you think if I add sparkling water, it'll turn it into champagne? I mean, it couldn't hurt to try. Could it? Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe it. Did you guys know if it's frozen, it does this? Cheers. Ooh. Daddy likey. I like that. Okay. Let's clean up the floor now. Oh, God, stepped in it. Like, what the hell? See, where's the voice when you need it? By the time I finish, this will be cold, hot, so I'm going to put it in. Is it champagne now? Well, technically, I mean, it definitely tastes more like a spritzer, so it's not as like strong, and it has that nice like, but like it's a spritzer, but without extra flavor. You know what I mean? Like no orange or something. It's giving brunch vibes. And it kind of is brunch time. It's something that I thought I would be having with my fiance. Okay, we didn't get that far, but eventually, that's the dream. You get engaged, then you have the engagement brunch with the family, and you have mimosas and spritzes. Well, the in-laws have the spritzes. I feel like it's an old people drink. Old lady drink. Her mom was nuts, by the way. But you always overlook it because it's like, oh, I'm not marrying the mom, or I'm not dating the mom, I'm dating the daughter. But if the mom's nuts, the daughter's also going to be nuts. And the voice tries to warn you, and you don't listen. Mega says, turned wine into champagne. I didn't see that one. That's exactly. Miracles are happening, guys. Why is everything wet? Oh, guess what the part that got wet was? The Department of Education is in dire straits. Well, maybe it's in dire straits because people who get the jobs don't have qualifications because they are lying on their back with their heels pointed up to Jesus while the supervisor gives them a lesson in counting stars. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's the reason. Geez, I seem to have picked the paper today. Look what else I found. SA telescope discovers giant galaxy. We have to look into that. Do you think the voice organized all of this? It's kind of scary because what if we find out something we don't want to know? Again. So apparently there's a host galaxy, there's unrelated galaxy, there's plasma jets. There's beautiful pictures of it that coming out. I mean, it's a long article. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm not a fan of reading. That's why my songs are like 3 minutes long. So Jacinta Del Hayes wrote this one. Jacinta Del Hayes. You may not know it, she says, but right now there's a huge cosmic rave party happening far, far above our heads. Okay, immediately, completely different style, completely different vibe. The chief partygoers are known as supermassive black holes. Okay, so we're at a party. It's a rave, and it's happening right now. And the main guys at the party are known as supermassive black holes. These mysterious objects can have masses several million or billion times that of the sun, and are so dense that they warp space-time around them. I'm sorry if I get so animated when I'm reading. I'm just used to reading in front of a class. And, you know, that's how I read or read to my students. As far as astronomers know, all galaxies harbor a supermassive black hole at their very centers. This is interesting because we kind of talked about something like this yesterday. Oh boy. In some galaxies, large amounts of interstellar gas. Oh, I don't want to read it. I don't want to know. I'm done. Cut the cameras. Cut. Do you see what my life is like? I can't escape. I can't get away. They're everywhere I go. In my mind, in my phone, and on the newspaper. The only thing that I'm glad for is that you guys are here to witness it, because I had to grow up like this, where every single thing that I think about happens in real life. Not through me looking for it, but through these weird things. You guys saw it. You were here. Yesterday's live stream, I literally was talking about this. And now today, I'm reading about it. And I never read the paper. I use it to find out what's happening at the grocery store. Like, what are the specials? And they're literally describing it how I said. Oh, this is creepy. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. It's obviously part of the whole thing. And if we do it, then maybe they'll like, we'll complete the mission. I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. Should we continue? Are we like, that's what I meant when I said, I feel like, well, yesterday at least, I felt like I was opening portals. And I don't know if I'm allowed to, but it wasn't just me because Drew was also there. So, okay, well, let's open it. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. Okay, whew. In some galaxies, large amounts of interstellar gas are spiraling around the supermassive black hole and getting pulled in beyond the event horizon and essentially onto the black hole. This is so creepy. This process creates a huge amount of friction and energy, which can cause the rave, and they have it in inverted commas. It can cause the rave. What rave? Refer to releasing huge amounts of light at many different colors and frequencies across the electromagnetic spectrum. So it releases colors. I feel like this is giving more context into that thing. You see what I mean? It's like the aliens can't change history, but they have access to everything in existence. And then they can like take us up, abduct us, encounters of the fourth kind. But they can't like change anything physically. What they can do is put us in situations that leads us to the information they want us to have, which is already existing in 3D reality. Because this paper is from the 2nd of February, and I use it to throw away trash. I don't read it. But they knew that this information was in there. So yesterday, when we were with Drew and doing the whole like fifth kind of encounter, we literally had an encounter of the fifth kind live. Now, after that, they are showing that the information was, it's like they're giving me extra information on what we saw in the vision yesterday, but now they're like giving it to me in black and white. That is so like intricate. But I mean, how did they know I was gonna, because they knew they can see everything. They knew I was gonna do laundry, they knew I was gonna spill some water, that I was gonna need to get a piece of paper, and which means they knew I was going to move to another country to fall in love, that she was gonna try and kill me, that I was gonna escape. It's like, how, if they know this, they know everything, right? So it's kind of comforting in a way, but it's also kind of like freaky because some birds flew by. Those two birds have been following us since yesterday, by the way. See, like even that. And it's like they know, but then why can't they just call us on the telephone, you know? Why all of this stuff that I call galaxy static? Because it was like, anyway, I need my wine, so let's read this. So apparently there's colors that are emanating out of this black hole, and it's across the electromagnetic spectrum. In some cases, the black hole will even spew jets of plasma millions of light years across intergalactic space. The plasma gas is so hot that it's essentially a soup of electrons moving close to the speed of light. That's what I said. That water, I said. Oh. These plasma jets glow at radio frequencies. What? Okay, I have to like frame this article. These plasma jets glow at radio frequencies so they can be seen with a radio telescope and are aptly named radio galaxies. Okay. It's like I'm having so many. It's like I'm having 10,000 epiphanies at once. In a recent episode of the astronomy podcast, The Cosmic Savannah, I likened their appearance to two glow sticks, the plasma jets poking out of a ball of sticky tack, the galaxy. So two glow sticks coming out of the galaxy, in this case like a ball of sticky tack. Astronomers hypothesize that the plasma jets keep expanding outwards as time passes, eventually growing so large that they become giant radio galaxies. Millions of normally sized radio galaxies are known to science, but by 2020, only about 800 giant radio galaxies had been found, nearly 50 years since they had been initially discovered. The 800? They were considered rare. However, a new generation of radio telescopes, including South Africa's Meerkat, have turned this idea on its head. South Africa's always like coming up with space stuff. What do we know? What does our people know? And where's Elon? Elon needs to come here. In the past 5 years, about 11,000 giants have been discovered. So they thought that there were only 800 giant galaxies. And then since we invented a telescope, now we have 11,000 that we can see. Meerkat, this is the telescope, Meerkat's newest giant radio galaxy find is extraordinary. The plasma jets of this cosmic giant span 3.3 million light years from end to end. That's over 32 times the size of the Milky Way. And so she says, I'm one of the lead researchers who made the discovery. So I guess she is the one, Jacinta Delhaize is the one who discovered this. We should have her in one of the live streams. I mean, I might as well put it out there if the voice is listening. So she was one of the people who discovered it, and she says we've nicknamed it Inkathazo. Inkathazo is a Zulu word which means a problem, like a worry. Here they translated it as trouble. She says they've nicknamed it Inkathazo, meaning trouble. But Inkathazo really means a worry, something worrisome. So why are we worried about this? This better not be what I said yesterday, because then I'm literally never coming on here again, because then people are going to say I'm the one causing the end of the world. So I'm not going to have that. Burned at the stake. Oh my gosh. Let me start. I'm one of the lead researchers, she says, who made the discovery. We've nicknamed it Inkathazo, meaning trouble, in South Africa's isiXhosa and isiZulu languages. That's because it's been a bit troublesome to understand the physics behind what's going on with Inkathazo. Thank goodness. It's not because it's a problem, it's because they had a worry and a problem in figuring it out. Okay, that's fine. She says, this discovery has given us a unique opportunity to study giant radio galaxies. The findings challenge existing models and suggest that we don't yet understand much of the complicated plasma physics at play in these extreme galaxies. The Meerkat telescope is located in the Karoo region of South Africa, is made up of 64 radio dishes, and is operated and managed by the South African Radio Astronomy Observatory. It's a precursor to the Square Kilometre Array, SKA, which will, when it commences science operations around 2028, be the world's largest telescope. MeerKAT has already been pivotal in uncovering some of the hidden treasures of the southern sky since it was first commissioned in 2018. This is the third giant radio galaxy that we have discovered with MeerKAT in a relatively small patch of sky near the equator, around the size of 5 full moons, that astronomers refer to as the cosmos field. There's a place called the cosmos field around the equator. We pointed MeerKAT at cosmos during the early stages of the most advanced surveys of distant galaxies ever conducted, the International Gigahertz Tiered Extragalactic Exploration. Whew, that's a mouthful. We need to find out who they are. The International Gigahertz Tiered, Tiered, Extragalactic Exploration. And they call it MIGHTEE, MIGHTEE. The MIGHTEE team, a collaboration of astronomers from around the world, and I first published the discovery of the 2 other giant radio galaxies in cosmos in 2021. We saw Inkatazo, the radio galaxy, more recently in my own MeerKAT follow-up observations of cosmos, as well as in the full MIGHTEE survey. However, Inkatazo differs from its cosmic companions. For example, the plasma jets have an unusual shape. Rather than extending straight across from end to end, one of the jets is bent. I can see that in the picture. Also, Inkatazo lives at the very center of a cluster of galaxies rather than in relative isolation, which should make it difficult for the plasma jets to grow to such enormous sizes. So obviously something's there. Something's pulling it, right? Its location in a cluster raises questions about the role of environmental interactions in the formation and evolution of these giant galaxies. And then there's a note that says, Del Hayes is a lecturer at UCT. This article first appeared in the Weekend Conversation. I mean, look at how it bends at the top there. Does that look familiar to y'all? I mean, to me, it looks like a staff. It looks like a staff. I don't know, it makes my brain sore to think about it. Mega, what do you say? Mega says, we aren't, wait, let me go. Black hole equals abyss. Wait, Mega, so you were actually probably in there. You did this. Guys, it's not me. It's Mega. Okay, well, why are you dreaming of the black hole? What are you doing in there? Why are you doing this, Mega? Like, what are you doing? That's what I mean. We are just Sims characters. We aren't in... This is Mega, by the way. He says we are just Sims characters. We aren't in charge when it comes to what we want to do. We just get placed in situations and then behave a certain way. Synchronicities, exactly. But why? And why me? Why us? Why now? Why here? Like, why not people who actually have the means to do something about it? What am I going to do? Phone this Del Hayes woman and say, hey, Mega was in the black hole. Like, I don't know. If I could like have a request from the voice people, it's that they would actually give us the power. Like, let us not need to contact Del Hayes to, like, I don't want to be an investigator. I just want to know, you know? I don't want to investigate. I want to, like, let's all go to what do they call it? this, what is it? This black, not a black, they call it something, the cosmos or whatever. Or, what do they call it? Wait, it says Inca Tazo's glowing plasma jets are shown in red and yellow. The starlight from other surrounding galaxies can be seen in the background. Well, why can't we go there to these radio, that's what they call them, radio galaxies? Why can't we just go there? Why does it have to be like a thing? Why? The stuff just never stops. It's always aliens. Everywhere. So why can't they just like manifest? Well, they just told me we did manifest. I got taken up again. They said we did manifest. We are you. We are them. Okay, then how do we use the magic, the alien magic? Believe. That sounds like something out of a chocolate box. Believe. Believe what? That you've got the power. How do you activate the... It's already activated. How do you use the power? Believe. You are everything. Everything is in you. When you can behold God like you behold water in a glass, then you'll be able to see every part of yourself and what you can do. Did that make sense? My brain is hurting. Mango. Let's get the mango. Did I wash my hands? Turns out I need more sustenance than mango right now, because It's like whenever I talk to these aliens, I need to eat. Or maybe that's just in my mind. I need something fatty. I'll have the mango for dessert, I think. Mega says the same thing, synchronicities. Okay. I need to take am I in frame fully? Don't judge me for eating out of the pan, okay? One less thing to wash. God bless this food, amen. Every time a car drives past, I still, freak out a little bit. It came out good, Mega. Came out good. The wine thingy. Can you guys please hit me with your alien magic? Instead of just whispering that you love me. It's like, I get it. Just give me the alien magic. How hard is it, I need to go hang the washing soon as well. So I should do that after this, then dessert will be mango. Maybe we'll have that in the enchanted forest later. The thing with the aliens is it's too obvious to deny, but it's so mysterious, they can still kind of have plausible deniability in their own existence, Pasta always tastes better the next day. I wish this taste could last forever. Look, normally I'd be embarrassed, but we know each other too much. So yes, I'm going to get every single last piece. Scrumptious. I'm a good boy. Okay, I'm gonna go hang the washing, and then see you in the Enchanted Forest in like a bit, maybe an hour, maybe half an hour.